change your... Do I need to announce the meeting as this is the meeting of the Watertown Historic Commission? I'd like to call the meeting to order. We all got copies of the minutes. We want to review those real quick.
I make a motion that we adopt and approve the minutes of 17 September 2020.
Motion for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone against, say nay. Your mic, the ayes have it. Damn. The ayes have it.
Oi.
We're going to make it probably short tonight because we've got one gentleman here who's with Delmonico Winery to present to us. They have a stake on the square now, and they have, I think, some ideas about what they want to do with the exterior. Yes. So, Armstrong. Okay, I'm gonna give you the floor. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the floor, and I guess you have to push your button too. So.
All right. John Armstrong with Delmonico Winery, and we're leasing a space out of the building where there used to be the old post office, or Lulu's Cafe, I believe it was called. And Mike has entrusted me to come and talk to you about what his plans are for the front of the building. And
because you met with the mayor.
Yes.
And, yeah. Okay.
And we've got the permit now, has been approved by the TABC.
Okay.
So we're ready to go, and all we need to do is get
And what were you permitting as far as?
being able to sell
Oh,
wine.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
in order.
Self-consumption.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we also all we lack is the business license to do business in Wilson County. So
Yeah. Perfect.
and when we get that all squared away, we'll be able to sell wine right
Yeah.
now. So, and the inside the building's coming along very good. We're very rustic look.
Have you been there for any of the trains yet, or?
We were there for the one train that came on the, when was that? The week?
Last
Two or
Yeah,
3 weeks?
last weekend, 2 weeks
Well,
ago?
it was a train before that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and we had a lot of buzz, and we didn't sell a whole lot of wine, but we had a lot of
but,
buzz.
I mean, people are just discovering that you're there.
Right. So, and it's, the wine trains, of course, are going to be better for us.
Yeah.
But, we produce a wine tasting on the train as they come into town, and then we get them out, and then they come to the winery.
Yeah.
And we should have also some other, Mike has got some plans to have some entertainment. And I think we're going to do a food truck in the back too,
Yeah.
maybe a lobster truck for right now.
Right.
So that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I've got a handout of maybe
Perfect. Yeah.
the history of the building since 2008
Okay.
and what we're going to go to after that.
Okay. Thank you. You want to just walk us through these?
Yeah, it's like 2008, I think it was just a plain front building, the trim's yellow around the windows and everything. Nothing's really different, just a sign that they put. 2009, still really no change that much. They put the benches out front, and the umbrella as well.
Right.
In 2010, 12, if you move over there, now the awnings. This is what we kind of wanted to get into. The awnings and the trim. The trim's blue color with the awnings is green. That's not where we're going. We want to do similar awnings to that, but they're gonna be black with black trim. As well as the door, around the door. And you'll see 2019, of course, it's plain. And now there's a kind of a artist rendering of what the awnings will look like. And placements of lights there.
So that's the shape of the awnings, basically.
Right, the square black awning, a black canvas awning. I tried to get a sample and I just really was unsuccessful doing that.
And it's a solid black?
Solid black, like for the Pioneer Building, you know, that round awning there, just
Yeah.
like that.
But it won't be that,
Round
shape.
It'll be
yeah.
the square awnings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, there you go.
So it would have sides on it, kind of
Right.
like these green ones do.
Right, just like the green ones, right.
Will
I don't think
Will it have a scalloped edge or?
I believe that's the plan.
Scalloped
Like-
edge?
Just
Okay.
like the, I think, are they scalloped edge in the green? Yes. So looks very similar to these right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if the right side of the awning goes all the way over to the Mason Lodge building or the hardware store. I'm not, I don't
They
think.
just be over the window.
Yeah, they would just be over the window.
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
So, and then a sign above that. Mike and I are still working out the structure of the business. So we're not sure if the sign's gonna say 120 East Main Market in conjunction with, I think there's some talk of that. What we really wanna do is just put Delmonico Winery and Vineyard in foam, covered with stucco, stuck to the wall, kind of, raised letter. And that'll be all in black as well.
We would probably need to see that before we can approve it. You'll
Okay, I
need
got a
to-
picture of our sign.
Yeah.
Would that?
Well, whatever you're gonna put on the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's gonna go on the building, we'll need some representation of that.
I've got a picture of the sign on my phone if you'd like to see that picture.
I mean, we really just need to, and we need to know the exact size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is
I
a
gotta see it.
limitation, I think you've got 1 square foot for every linear foot of the storefront from a size standpoint.
1 square foot per,
Per linear
Per
foot.
linear foot,
Isn't that it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Tom's supposed to be on his way.
so if it's 30 square feet, or it's 30 feet long, then
Yeah,
maybe
if
that's
it's
30
30
square feet.
feet, you've got 30 square feet, yeah.
Of total sign frontage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, of
It's
every.
total, but
total.
I don't think there's one that can exceed a single one. If he's got 30 square feet of sign, we'll have to check with Tom. I'm not
Yeah.
sure he
Yeah.
can make that.
That's a city that's city.
And speak of the devil
Man,
himself, there he
man
is.
himself.
Well, the sign that we have in mind is not, like, wouldn't be like a board sign. It's just the letters on the wall. So I'm not sure how to
You
calculate that
just,
square foot.
you would put a box around it.
Box around it?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever the extent of it is.
I'll make a note of that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's the size of the sign it needs to be
Yeah.
and what's gonna look like.
Tom, I'm gonna catch you right away. You have to push your button, just so you know when you talk.
Now the door.
Sign codes, can you give us just a little bit on, because what he's talking about is putting a sign on the front. We don't know what it is yet. Okay.
Is it 1 foot to every linear?
Isn't it 1 square foot for every linear foot of storefront?
So it's less than a sheet of plywood. 8x4 sheet of plywood is
4 by-
32.
Right, I don't know exactly how long,
Yeah.
how,
Well, like Mike said, you'll have to come back before us, and that's not a critical
Sure.
path issue in
Okay,
regard to your sign.
Yeah,
You just need to submit that with font and color range and things of that nature.
oh, I got you, okay.
And at that time, surely to heck, you can muster the fabric for that awning, if it's a basic black. And then we'll have a couple other questions. Your black paint would be a gloss, semi-gloss, a matte?
It would be a gloss paint, exterior gloss paint.
Okay, gloss black.
Similar to the farmhouse coffee shop.
Yeah. Did you see the application on the website, what you need to bring?
I did not, no, I
Okay.
did not know about that. I just,
It's unfortunate the mayor didn't present that to you, because that's crucial for us in terms of recording as well as review.
yes, sir.
Just to say that somebody's got this and somebody's got that is ambiguous at best. It's hearsay, so
Right.
they would look at it.
Okay, well, I can, when I
Yeah,
present the
yeah,
sign.
I mean, this is a good start, but we need a little bit better representation of what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need the fabric
Yeah, we need fabric samples, material samples, anything you're gonna do, the sign itself will need to see something that's, you know, a rendering, sketch, something that talks about what, you know, says what it is.
Right, I just have well, I do have a picture of the sign that's on Delmonico Winery right now.
Yeah,
That's-
if you
that's
can,
what it would
if you can photograph that in a manner that you can print it, we'll need something for our files
Okay.
on that too, as
Okay.
well, so.
And it would represent, you know, the dimensional space,
Right.
you know, what that 30 square feet would be in there.
Okay,
Yeah, but basically, you're talking about just taking an applied letter and drilling into the masonry, something of that nature?
right,
Yeah.
and so it'd be like a raised lettering of the logo of the D,
Yeah.
Delmonico, and it's written in script.
Right.
Since you are leasing the building and not the owner, the tenant, you may want to confer with the owner if he wants holes in his masonry.
Yes, sir. We're going through, we're not exactly sure that that's what the sign's gonna be, because we're not really sure of the structure of the property and how that's gonna be structured. The sign may actually just say 120 East Main Market. It
All
can-
right, well, you'll bring that for us and we'll see
Yeah,
it
so
then.
we don't, we're not,
And,
we
and
haven't,
again, the 30 square foot doesn't have to be one sign, it could be, you know,
a couple of signs.
3 10-footers.
yeah,
Gotcha.
or you might have one large one up front and two small ones down between the windows or something that, you know.
Okay, so that's an option as well.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Are you still on signage?
Yes,
Push your button.
Are you still on signage?
yes, sir.
That's what I asked. The standard in the commercial zone districts for
Hang
free,
on, hang on.
for freestanding wall-mounted signage is 1 square foot per 1 linear foot of the front face of the business. And each retail use or office use or multiple retail and office use sharing a common entrance shall be allowed to have at least one wall sign not to exceed 30 square feet. In no case shall signage for any one facade be greater than 180 square feet. So it's not a terribly taxing sign ordinance,
No,
it's just,
Not at all.
Yeah.
We can work.
So
with those
whatever you're,
parameters.
I mean, that may be 40 feet there,
Yeah.
so you may have, you know, 40 square feet.
Yeah, we can work inside those parameters,
Yeah.
it's no problem.
Okay.
And Tom, a life and safety issue in regard to the fire department, he could put letters up on the building, that doesn't count for signage, unless it's just part of your logo.
It's part of the logo as
Oh,
well.
okay.
I mean, if that's you know,
what are you talking about?
The building number, you know.
Oh, for addressing?
Yeah.
No, we don't even count that.
yeah, okay.
So, now, are you gonna have an awning?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
He's doing a black awning, a shed.
Are you
design.
putting any print on the awning?
no, sir.
Okay, because there is some, you can have, in all districts, non-illuminated signs may be displayed on awnings with a display surface area not exceeding 6 square feet, and with the height of the letters not exceeding 1 foot.
Okay, well, I mean, that could be an option. It depends on how we're gonna
And-
structure that
and-
and what we're gonna call that building. So,
What it says is, provided that such signs shall be limited to identification of the name and/or address of the building or establishment contained in there or therein, and such awning may not extend to within 2 feet of any public vehicular travelway.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any struggle with that.
Are you gonna have any lighting? on the
There's,
signs?
well, there's plans for some
Fixtures.
lighting fixtures on the front of the building that were there before, so.
But not on the sign?
No, not on the s-
Or not
Well,
illuminate?
above the sign, maybe so, yes.
You're not doing any, I forget what they call it, the movie Cars.
Like a flash sign or changing.
Yeah, or the
No, it's not gonna be like
Vegas
that.
signs.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Route
it will be-
66,
It will be illuminated.
or neon, is that what?
neon,
Yeah.
No, I couldn't think of the word.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
line
you're
the
talking
building
about
with
something
neon.
like a gooseneck fixture
Right.
that might be over the top.
Over the top.
That might
Yeah,
eliminate
again,
the name.
We've got to see all that before we can approve it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
specify.
mean, you don't have to
fixture.
bring the actual sign in, but you need to bring a spec sheet on it or something that shows what it
Sure.
is.
And
Well,
the-
we-
And the fixture too, right?
Yeah,
We need
on
to
that spec-
specify.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, if you had a spec sheet of the fixture with it that showed what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be just your typical gooseneck, yeah, with the,
yeah, right, but we still need to see something. We
Right.
gotta have something to put in the files.
I understand.
To document.
I got you.
Yeah.
Again, it can just be documentation. I mean, it would be preferable if we could see it, but we don't have to see the example. It can just be a spec sheet.
Sure,
You know.
I can do that. Well, if it would be okay, I know that these other things maybe are pending, and you need more material, and I apologize that I haven't done that. I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to go ahead with the painting of the trim, if that's okay with the black.
I mean,
Is there anything pressing for that?
I think, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about matching like a similar black to what's on
The
the
farmhouse.
farmhouse.
Right, exact
I think-
same.
I think we could, and you guys weigh in on this. I mean, I would be willing to give you gratis to do that.
Okay.
But we need to see the rest of this.
I understand.
Before you go forward.
Since you're using black,
Yes, sir.
everybody can pretty well imagine that. When you get into lavenders and periwinkles and, you know, what's seafoam, right?
Right,
You know?
yeah. Sure.
You know, so yeah,
Yes, sir.
in the future, please go on site. There's a list of criteria that's involved,
Okay,
and, you know, it's pretty forthright. So,
okay. Well, I certainly didn't mean to waste your time, for sure. And,
No, that's fine. We have been needing to meet. It just happened to correspond that you had needs as well.
Right. I mean, and this is really all Mike's stuff that he wants to do with the building. So,
Right.
I mean, I know I know we're gonna be in the building and everything.
Yeah.
And he's in
Well-
New York.
Well,
He's
please
detained.
remind Mr. Newman that
Yes, sir.
he needs to present this. If he's doing it, he needs to present it. If you're doing it, you need to present it.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah. And I think he for sure understands that.
He
Well, I-
should by now.
Yeah.
Well, I think, mainly what we have, he has his painters coming in Thursday, and, that's the biggest, pressing issue right now, is that, and then your next meeting, I can make sure that I have all the samples of everything.
Does someone need
Or
to
he
make
does.
a motion that we're going to agree to let him paint the trim and the door, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
that's another thing, the door, we're gonna try to repair it, it needs repair. If not, we're gonna have to replace it with something exactly like it.
But you would paint it,
But we're gonna paint it black around in a glass window.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
So I think we should treat this as tonight, he is only here to paint, trim, casework, door, right? And then we're not approving anything, even deferring the sign, that's a whole
Yeah. The
lighting
awning-
fixture, so he's here today, no awning, we're not a pending approval even, he's here tonight to trim, casework, door, paint. And we'll have to see the whole, because it is black, and that's one of our colors I mean,
Yeah.
it's an approved color,
Yeah.
you're not seeking an obscure
Yeah.
variation of black. It is black paint.
gonna be-
I think we treat it as, he's here tonight, this is a multiple part project, and tonight we're only here to vote and approve on, because if we kick a deferment out, I don't wanna give the building owner any sort of message that they can move forward with
Anything, yeah,
purchasing, constructing.
Right.
Because it sounds like he's already getting the ball or the horse in front of the cart with painting. And I'm afraid that if he's pushing this too fast, I don't want to say it's a pending or deferred vote on the awning, signing, lighting.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I did write him a letter,
Mr. Newman, he's really.
Mr. Newman, the day before yesterday, or may have been yesterday, to just make him, he, at his request, to exempt them from any type of occupancy permit. I think there was something
Yes,
that
sir.
was,
The TABC, since it's a state-issued permit, they weren't,
alcohol beverage.
yeah, they weren't aware that, a CO doesn't exist for Watertown,
Well,
so.
there are COs, but if you're not doing any exterior work, there's not a CO.
Right, so,
So, exterior
I
footprint
appreciate
work.
that letter, because it really, it got us the
Okay.
permit, so,
We don't have commercial codes adopted here, so
yeah. So
Or
it
fire
was,
codes.
that came in handy, because, and the TABC was fine with that, so they issued the permit. And then that's all we need is the business license. But as far as this goes, we can go ahead and paint and,
That's what I was gonna make sure you understood. What we're saying here is that we can approve the painting of the trim around the windows and the door tonight.
Okay.
If you're saying black,
yes, sir.
yeah, but as far as going
Does
forward
that-
with anything else,
Does that include him repairing the door?
He said he's going back, if they're repairing a door, he said they're going back with the same light configuration, glass,
Wood.
slabs, everything else.
So we'll just use the same knob that was on there?
yeah, the hardware would
Yeah,
just.
try to keep it all original.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine, yeah.
And
as
Mr.
long as-
Armstrong, there's 2 points to it, is that this is one of the contributing buildings in the National Register District.
Yes, sir.
And so to keep it contributing, we don't want to do anything to alter its design intent, and you're not.
Correct.
And second, just to give you a heads up, there's been a notorious relationship with Mr. Newman. And he's been in contempt of the commission and the city.
Okay.
And he's waiting, his jury trial with that, judge trial, I should say.
Okay.
And so, you know.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, I just want you to be, you know,
I
the
do-
level playing field where you understand that, you know, his properties are
Yes.
a little bit, you know, a little bit more
Oh, he
gazing over the fence.
Pushes the envelope, so to speak.
Yeah. You know.
Well,
So,
we just look at it with more of a keen eye because,
Yeah, there just were some circumstances that led to that, so.
but it's the same process. We're giving you the same process
Yeah.
as
My,
anybody else.
Yeah,
And to make a recommendation to you, before you put the awning up, make sure you hang the sign.
right. Makes sense.
yeah, but we're not saying you can put an awning up yet.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, right, we're not, yeah, let's not, yeah. No, my family's been a part of this community since 1796, so I totally intend to keep the integrity of the history intact,
Yeah.
is my feeling on the whole thing, so.
okay. Well,
My mother would roll over in her grave if I did anything wrong to Watertown, I guarantee you, so.
we want to work with you, but we have a criteria we have to meet.
Yes, sir.
So we have the expectations of you then. We want to make a motion.
I make a
Drew's
motion
pardon?
that Mr. John Armstrong can proceed with painting the casework trim and door in the black that he's proposing,
Including repair of the door?
including repair of the door as long as it keeps the same configuration of the glass, wood,
Yeah,
and
single light.
hardware.
It's, yes, it's a last resort to replace the door.
Yeah. It's hard to paint a door if it's not there to paint.
Absolutely, and that's,
That's my motion.
That's the motion.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion passes. Ayes have it.
all right. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Definitely reach out to me if you have any questions.
Yes.
The information is there on the website, under Historic Watertown.
Okay,
We need, visuals. We need to see, you know, if you can get the fabric, you know, if they're gonna be lighting fixtures, just images of the lighting fixtures that you're going to use. And then we'll need, you know, you need to have a package you can leave for our documentation.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just having a problem getting any kind of
Yeah.
familiar, like an exact
Yeah.
a piece of fabric that we're gonna
Right.
use, and I knew
Right.
any old fabric wouldn't work.
Right.
I
It
couldn't
sounds
just
like
bring you a piece of fabric and say,
Yeah.
so I was trying to tell
Who's
that
gonna
to
do
my-
your awning?
What's that?
Who's gonna do your awning?
I am not sure of that, really, yeah.
Well, they'll have that fabric submittal.
I-
And
that's-
also, I guess, with the framing, will that be metal? Because it's been wood before on the square. That has not lasted more than 2 seasons.
I would not use wood, I would use metal, and that would be my recommendation to Mike.
Yeah.
And that was also my recommendation to Mike as well, as I said, I can't just use any old piece of fabric to show them. So I'm gonna have to know what awning company, where we're gonna get that, then we can get a sample piece.
Yeah. And
And
so when you
we did have that conversation, so.
So when you represent what you're gonna do, if you would put it to scale there on the drawing,
Okay,
yeah,
yes, sir.
that'd be most beneficial.
Yes, sir. All we're excited to be part of Watertown, and
We are too.
Excited about you
glad
being
to
here.
have it.
Yeah.
so we're gonna
That's
make sure it's the, it's a good business.
Anytime property on the square is sitting empty, it's not a good thing. So we're tickled. We think you guys will bring a contingent into town that you're doing some things we like, so.
Well, yeah, I think Mike had some, Mayor Jennings, sorry, had to be informal, but, he had some reservations on whether there's gonna be a bar, but no, it's
Right.
just a wine tasting,
Yeah.
you know.
So you have wine tasting, you'll sell wine, will you serve food or?
We're planning on having a food truck during events.
Okay.
The other times, we're partnering with Farmhouse, a little bit on maybe providing some charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
Some, salami cheese kind of
Yeah.
thing that pairs well with wines.
Yeah.
Maybe some, fruits and things and
Right,
cheeses.
right. Just finger food, kind of.
Yeah, not too, something that's been, that they can manufacture and bring over. We can't just,
Operationally, you guys talked about, is it a weekend proposition right now, or?
right now, we're talking Wednesday through Sunday, a late
Yeah.
open on Sunday, early close.
Yeah,
So it doesn't interfere with church.
yeah,
And, that's the proposal right now, but I'm,
right.
like I said, we're really early in this.
Yeah.
I will be manning the store for the first probably 3 months until I can find a branch manager to take
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back to the winery and do my jobs there,
Yeah.
so.
Perfect. Yeah,
But of
well,
course, being here during events and checking on things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
And
good.
you're out of Baxter?
Right, well, you turn right and you go into Cookville, you turn left, you're going into Baxter, so it's right there, so.
Yeah.
It's like anything else, all the cities start kind of butting up against each
Yeah.
other nowadays, don't they? So,
Well, we're excited about having you here. John, thank you very much. Like I said, definitely reach out if you got any questions.
well, yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I will be a little bit more, better communication next time. Thank you much.
Thank you. All right. Do we want to try to cover anything else while we're here? Tom, do you, as far as the approval of the, I guess it would be revised guidelines maybe, or how's that, or where are we with that?
Whenever y'all want to move forward, we can. Just know that it's a much more complex document once it gets approved.
Right. Well, do we want to discuss that? I mean, what's the next, when you say move forward, would that be?
You'd probably need to present it to the board, get your endorsement, and then it would have to probably go through planning commission and city council, as I recall.
Right,
Planning commission first and then city council.
That's correct.
okay.
Because it's going to be considered a zoning amendment.
Is that something then you would print copies of it and then we just sit down and go through it?
As long as I know I've got the latest copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should plan on doing that next meeting. I mean, John's gonna wanna come back.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how long you think you need to get your ducks in a row, but if we were 3 weeks out with another meeting, would that give you time to get all your, and work for your timeframes?
3 weeks from now, is that fair?
Yeah. I'm just throwing out a number, yeah.
That would be, that'd be perfect.
Okay, all right, well, good. Well, maybe that's what we'll do. I'll look at the calendar and we'll look at getting together in, that maybe the last week of March, in March,
3 weeks is the 25th.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. We're great.
I may be out of town that weekend. We might move it up to like a Tuesday night or something. Would that be?
Not a hill of beans to me.
Okay, anybody see a problem with that? Tom, you think you could make that work?
Tuesday, what day?
It'd be like the 23rd then, wouldn't it?
Affirmative. And John Jewell's our liaison with the planning commission, so he'd actually be making that, you and he. would-
Maybe there's not a basketball game on Tuesday nights.
I don't have anything on my calendar at present.
Well, let's
You do now.
just block that out. Yeah. 6 p.m. right here
I take that back.
on March 23rd.
Is that 2 weeks?
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. I think is that 2 weeks?
I've got something the 16th. I don't have anything on the 23rd, so.
Okay. Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah, if you can make that work, we're gonna make that work, because we've got some other things we can do too, so.
What time?
I would hate for you to make a special.
No, well, I mean, that's,
Six.
we do that. I mean, we want to accommodate people, especially that are coming into town to, if starting a business, that's, we want to help. We
Well,
wanna
we're
be
targeting April first, so that would be perfect for.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. And I don't know if it's, for the sign, there is a sign company here in town that does
Yes.
good work, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
I just, I was talking to David, and, he said, if we're gonna put our sign up there, then I wanna make sure that it's like the sign we have. So,
Yeah, yeah,
which is that raised letter.
right,
I think it's foam with stucco,
yeah.
that he.
The way it's fabricated, you're saying, yeah,
Right.
yeah, okay.
You're not applying stuff over the building, are you?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
No, sir. Just to the letters themselves.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there's definitely many materials that can be used.
I mean, I think that's just the way his sign is constructed now,
Yeah.
and it's, the individual pieces are stuck to the wall.
Yeah, yeah,
And they're black.
yeah.
So I don't know if black would be good on that. Try to tell them how black will show up on that brick.
Probably not,
So
very
we should
well.
go with the sign painter in town and have her do it, you know.
They understand what's good. See, we're an Art Deco community. We're the most intact Art Deco.
Yes.
And that's the reason the National Register nomination and criteria.
Art Deco's my favorite. I like the 1920s up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
All right, anybody got anything else we want to bring up? Drew, you good?
I'm good.
I have two things. How do we get Mike on this?
We had a little pre-meeting discussion about that we do need to fill a position. So it's kind of in Mayor Jennings' court. And
Okay.
Mike has said he had a conversation with him about it.
And the email address I have for you, I don't know, it's.
The first one I sent was not good. I
Good,
got
okay.
with Colette and got the right one.
All right,
So
send that out
The
to us.
recent, well, you got it.
Okay.
Like today,
All right.
or yesterday when I sent the reminder, that email address, yeah, that email address works, so, yeah. But
And-
yeah, we need to maybe expedite Mike a little bit and get somebody on board.
So we're gonna have Mike, and Mike.
I mean, again, it's up to the mayor about, I guess, filling the position. right?
Yeah, but we need the position filled. you know.
Yeah, I agree, and we've got somebody
He's
who
tied
actually
right to
wants
the
to do
community.
it, as opposed to all of us.
The second thing I have, do we need to nudge the mayor in regard to jurisprudence allied with Newman?
April mentioned earlier that they have not had
A
a
court?
city court meeting since all this happened. So it's contingent on that, so let's.
What have they done about traffic tickets? People just paying or what? I'm sorry, they do what?
They either pay the ticket or go to driving school, or it's been postponed.
Okay. Well, there's gonna be quite the backlog for the, here comes the judge, right?
You know, we don't have court until April.
April says April, okay.
All right, is, anything else? Then you wanna make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. John, appreciate you.
No, thank you.